following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broken everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.
You know what the hell you're listening to?
It's EC Radio.
Everybody just breathe. Take deep breaths. We're going to be fine. Trust me. Uncle Z has got you. You are in good hands with Uncle Z today. I promise you. I hope everybody's doing all right. Thank you, Red. We're live on the D, all Disruption Network social media platforms. And you can listen to the podcast at your discretion, at your leisure. DisruptionNetwork.net, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. I'm huge on Spotify. I love Spotify. Spotify definitely changed the way I listen to music. Check us out there. All our content is pretty much on Spotify and all those platforms that I mentioned. So get acclimated with the D, folks, if you aren't already, because you can be sitting in your house for a long time. And this is the time to get acclimated with the D. Let us entertain you. We've got a whole bunch of good creative things that are going to be happening around the D. A lot of creative friends coming up with some very cool ideas, so stick around for a lot of that. My cuz Frank Spartano in the house with me today. Good to see you, cuz.
Good to see you too, man.
We're here. We're going to bitch a little bit today. I think we're going to really, really get out there and complain because of all these cancellations and what the world we're going through. It's just a big crisis, man.
It's tough.
One big crisis is they're canceling things left and right, and most of everybody's sitting at their house. So let us entertain you here at the D. That's what I'm preaching today. Let us entertain you here. Let me lower that down. Get a little feedback, but off the beaten path is another way you can get entertained as well.
Absolutely.
Frank has a great little media company going on where they go out in the woods and they do some hunting and they do some shooting and gathering and a whole bunch of other things and hike trails and. Yeah, you've got some really cool content that you've been putting out.
Yeah, we're doing really good actually. This is probably our best year. This is our season 5. It's probably our best year right now. My partner he's been evolving in the editing. It's pretty amazing what he's putting out right now. I put him up against anybody. We're getting massive following. We're on the Roku. We're on the Pride Outdoor Network. We're on Amazon. You could stream us on that, and our analytics right now are showing us like between 55 and 57,000 views every 16 days.
That's awesome.
Which that's hey, for a little show out upstate New York here, I think that's not too bad.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, we're doing great, and a lot of it is we got great people surrounding us. We got to put a great team together, and again. My partner Ian, his editing is just quantum leap compared to, when we first started 5 years ago. It doesn't even look like the same person. And it helps, man. People like to watch stuff, and you got to get a grab on somebody when they first turn on the channel and they watch it, and you grab them and you get a hold of them. I think our average run time is almost 20 minutes out of a 30-minute show. That's pretty good. We're thankful for that.
This is the time, like we're in this crisis right now with this whole corona bullshit.
Yeah.
This is the time where we all need to come together
Absolutely.
and put out great content.
Absolutely.
To keep people's mind off of things.
Oh, absolutely. No, I agree totally.
And now is the time. Now is the time. Like people need to get really, I know everybody's going through a rough period right now and it's tough, but one thing that you can look forward to is we all are still alive, people.
Everybody's here.
We're 6 feet above ground right now.
Yep.
Okay, so that one thing, we do have our health. Well, some of us have our health,
yeah.
But we are alive. And now is the time to dive into those things that you wanted to accomplish that you can't get to,
Absolutely.
right? Stuff around the house, your backyard. The weather's been nice, thank God. Get backyard, clean up the house, do that. Catch up on some of your favorite programming.
Yeah.
Catch up on Off the Beaten Path Media. Catch up what they're doing. They've been doing it for 5 seasons. Catch up with things that are going on in the D and the Uncle Louie show and all the great things that we've got going on because there's such a great online media community out there, and you can really dive into some really cool content.
We're really lucky that we have this now compared to 15 years ago.
Right.
10 years ago, we didn't have this like we have now. This outlet, like I say, you keep people focused.
Yeah.
You keep them focused, keep them involved, and on the other side of it, like that is like this morning. I did a 5-6 mile jaunt in the woods this morning. Sometimes you got to do stuff to keep your head straight. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about.
I saw your video.
Yeah.
Out there doing a little hike, man.
Yeah.
But hey, they're talking about social distancing. What a great way to social distance, and then go out into the woods and do a little bit of hiking.
I did a little research the last couple of days because of what's going on here, and way back in I think it was the 30s and 40s when we had those like dramatic fevers and these bad flus.
Right.
They used to put people in tents out in fields. That's what they used to do. They used to just completely segregate them, get them right out there all by themselves in that fresh air all the time on them. A lot of people live because of that, and that's why I always get outside, head off to beaten path.
Is that where the name came from, though?
My partner brainstormed it, put a little brainstorm together, and yeah, I mean, that's our slogan is Dare to Venture. Go off the beaten path, do things your own way, do things a little different from everybody else, look outside the box. Just like you.
Yeah,
that's what you do, man.
Always.
That's your claim to fame. I appreciate that.
My whole life is outside the box.
Yeah,
I'm so far outside the box, I'm cold.
Yeah.
Cuz thanks so much for the hat, too, by the way.
No problem, man.
Your
Thanks
hat
for
is the
having
only
me.
hats that I rock.
That I know. I see that on the podcast all the time. I'm like, all right, he's got our hat on again.
So, originally when we booked this podcast, we were going to talk about your outdoor event that you do, your indoor-outdoor expo.
Yeah,
right?
I'm one of the promoters for the Biggie's Camping and Outdoor Show.
Biggie's Camping Outdoor Show, which was supposed to happen
This coming weekend.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, the 20th. It was supposed to be the 20th, 21st, 22nd.
At the Turning Stone?
Yeah.
Were you looking to postpone the date? Are you looking to push it back, or did you guys just cancel it?
Well, we didn't cancel it 100%. It is tentatively postponed.
Mm-hmm.
The way that everything's going right now, that's the best we can do. It's nobody knows. Nobody knows if this ban from the governor is going to stay for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months. I mean, hell, the kids are going to be home till the middle of April now. So you don't know. You just don't know, and you can't put a date on anything right now. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's I took this kind of hard the other day when we had a meeting with our partners. There's 3 of us, and we were talking about it, and we were literally sitting on the phone with the Turning Stone while we're talking about this, and I'm pretty bummed out because, but a lot of work, hours and hours and hours a day, talking to people, making promises, and telling them, we put on a good show every year, and when it gets shut down, the way everything has, it's not just us,
right?
And I get all bent out of shape about it, but then at the same time, I know people's restaurants that are going to be closed now.
Oh, yeah.
I know, it's the ripple effect here. The domino effect is just monstrous. Nobody understands that. There's people out of work right now.
Crippling
a lot of
economy.
people out of work,
including me,
including you. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The domino effect out of it is something that not everybody, they think about themselves. And you got, like I said, you got to step outside the box a little bit and look back.
Mm-hmm.
And I got, people that are on the TV show. I got one or two people involved with the TV show that they don't work right now. You know what I mean? And that's the way, that's why, everybody's pushing it on social media. If you're in the area, and I mean, everybody knows Utica's known for the Utica area, New Hartford area. Everybody's got good food. The restaurants, if they're doing takeouts, it might not be a bad time to really support them because they're going to need it.
Take advantage.
They're going
of
to
that.
need it bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to need it bad.
Or go to their website and buy a gift certificate or whatever you got to do just
something
to keep these restaurants sustainable.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous.
There's no food shortage. I don't get this whole everybody's rushing out, getting crazy,
right,
buying up everything. There's no food shortage.
Right.
There's no water shortage. There might be a toilet paper shortage now. I'm not sure, but I mean, these restaurants are packed. I was having coffee with one of the restaurant owners in New Hartford this morning that I'm friends with. All the trucks were lined up there delivering all their fresh produce, just like they always do. And, and then this comes across the board that everybody's closing at 8 o'clock and there's a ban on everything. So they're going to do all takeout stuff. But now's the time to, support these local businesses big time.
Indeed.
It's big.
If you do run out of toilet paper, though, stock up on the Observer Dispatch. I mean, that's perfect toilet paper for you. Right? Just buy a subscription to the OD.
I don't want to get political, but there's a couple people that got books out that I would use too.
Right? Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. But, Frank, you bring up a great point, too, thinking about everybody's so self-centered and thinking, oh, woe is me. What am I going to do? But there is so many more people out there that have it worse than you.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking at, all my concert industry people that we're out there doing shows and everything got canceled. And, I'm thinking, woe is me. What am I going to do? But I've got all my buddies that got mouths to feed.
Absolutely.
And people to take care of and parents to take care of and stuff like that. And I feel bad for them. I feel bad for the single mom that's got 2 kids sitting at the house right now, not at school.
Oh, yeah.
And, how is she going to go out and support? Everything's on hold. And is Uncle Sam going to pay my fucking bills? Are they? How are my bills going to get paid right now?
I don't even know. I really don't know. I've been trying to listen to the governor and listening to the president. And, I mean, the way I see it is like this. If they're going to tell everybody you can't do A, B, and C, then you better shut down X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Listen, if the best thing to do is if you're shutting everything down, you shut down the banks, shut down the stock exchange, hold on everything, man. Mm-hmm. Hold on everything so nobody needs to get drastic. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. I got in an argument with a lady in the grocery store 2 days ago, and I'm just like, I don't understand what all this hysteria is about right now because nobody's saying we're not going to have groceries. Nobody's going to say we don't have water. There's no need to get like this. But I also have 3 freezers full of wild game that I can fall back on. So I got a little bit of a cushion. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. People go in the stores and they buy up all this stuff, buy up all the soaps and all the hand sanitizers. Well, guess what? If you got it all, nobody else can clean themselves.
Right. You
got to think of it like that. Again, you can't be selfish. You gotta look outside the box, and you gotta
have some compassion and
think
empathy.
Think about your neighbor, man.
Right.
Think about your neighbor. That's a big part of it.
And that's the one thing this country's been so divided for so long the last couple of years.
Oh yeah.
That hopefully that this kind of brings us together, this crisis. Hopefully, and I have been seeing a lot more compassion out there amongst people, especially locally, with a lot of these restaurants feeding the kids that don't.
Oh, absolutely.
That can't have lunch
yep.
throughout the day.
No, I saw that. I read something like that this morning on the internet.
And there's so many cool people out there doing, and helping out in the community. And that's what's awesome about our community. It's a very giving community.
It always has been.
Well, hopefully something like this can bring us all together as a country.
Absolutely.
Like it did with 9/11.
Yeah.
And we're living in the most historic time of our lives.
Nothing has ever affected the world. Weather hasn't even affected the world like it's affecting the world right now.
Seriously, 9/11, all that. That really. I mean, I understand 3,000 people lost their life.
Oh,
and had such a ripple effect.
Absolutely.
But this has an economical ripple effect. This is people's lives in jeopardy.
Yeah. No, absolutely. This is affecting the world.
Over a flu.
The whole world. Over a bad cold.
Yeah.
That's you know what I mean?
I get it. I do. I get it.
Yep.
I understand. I just wish it was handled a little bit differently.
Absolutely.
And just this mass hysteria and the freaking media just over fueling it.
Absolutely.
And a lot of this is media driven.
Oh, no, I agree
totally. It's all media driven. It's all nothing but drama queens.
Yeah.
running
no, it
this
is.
thing, man.
It is. It is. I don't understand. I think like I say, I think outside the box a little bit, and the golden rule affects in a lot of different things. The person with all the gold makes the rules. Well, guess what? When you own the media, you control the world.
Yeah.
You control everything. And to watch these people blat and run their mouth and say things that's not factual, and there's a massive ripple effect off of that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like throwing a rock in the water, man. It's going to affect something down the shore. It's so screwy out there right now. It's so screwy.
This is going to have negative implications for years and years to come.
No. This isn't something that isn't turned around overnight.
Right.
No, this is something that's going to be. This is going to be for a while. I honestly think so. I mean, that we might isolating everybody like this and getting everybody inside, and I mean, yeah, it might bury this virus. It might bury it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot here that there's a lot down the road that nobody knows what's coming.
I think last time you were here, we were talking about kids being on their phones and staying inside all the time, trying to get them outside. Now we're like,
get them out. Yeah,
don't go outside. You got to stay back in the house.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a weird situation.
It is. It's. We like I said, we never. Our grandparents lived through stuff like this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our grandparents did. Now it's. The world's flip-flopping a little bit here.
It really is. I really think that like the earth has turned on its axis, or we hit an alternate portal. We are not living in the same universe we were 10 years ago. It's not. The way of thinking, the way of train of thought, the way people do things, the sensitivity thing that's been going on. Everybody's so sensitive now.
No, absolutely.
That's why we're in such hysteria, because everybody's so freaking sensitive.
Yep. No, I agree.
And like we are not living in the same universe that we were. It's a bizarro world. That
it is.
Right
I mean, if you want to call it something, that's it. Because I just don't. It's kind of hard to get a grip on it, grasp what's going on, and it's kind of I got two kids, 13 and 17, and I sat them down the other night and tried to explain to them. I go, this is, the people we associate with and we hang out with, we don't have to worry about. But there's people out there that wait for situations like this to take advantage of other people.
Oh, absolutely.
And you don't want to be
so many sketchy people
you
out
do
there.
not want to be a sheep. That's what I'm trying to teach my kids. You won't want to be a wolf, but you don't want to be a sheep. And that's, they're on social media more than we are. I mean, the kids they live for it now. And I'm like, now's the time you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention. You can't just say, oh, look at this. Pay attention. Try to read in between the lines a little bit. You know what I mean? My son's 17 years old, and he's starting to like, oh, now I see what you were talking about. I'm like, yeah, see? Yeah. He said to a lady in the other store the other night we were there, this lady says she had all kinds of carts full, probably $1,000 worth of groceries. And Frank goes, well, good thing we got freezers full, Dad. I'm like, yeah, you're starting to think a little bit.
Right.
We don't need to panic. There's no need for panic. That's what creates all these problems, panic.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's just amazing. I work in Utica, and like the streets are like nobody out.
It's eerie.
It's weird.
It's eerie, quiet.
It's very weird.
My neighborhood's usually jamming. In the last couple of days, it's been a ghost town.
Yeah, it's weird.
And it's very, very odd.
It's bizarro world. You would hit that on the head.
It's so bizarro world. Like, these are some strange times, but I think this is time where we all need to come together as a community, as a country, and like help each other out.
Yeah.
This is the most important times of our lives, people. And like, we need to come together and help each other out.
Yep.
Whether it's the old lady who ran out of toilet paper, go help her, give her a roll of toilet paper, or go make dinner for somebody, or whatever.
Absolutely.
We got to take care of each other.
No, absolutely.
One way, shape, or form, because we are all in this together.
Absolutely.
And like we talked earlier on how we think it's more of a selfish. You start thinking about yourself and what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But what are you going to do to help somebody else?
Right. No, I agree. I totally agree.
And everybody should start thinking that way.
Right.
Stop thinking about yourselves, even though we are all in the same situation, people. We all lost our jobs. We all did. Not just you. We all did. But start thinking about how you're going to help that neighbor of yours, or how you're going to help somebody. Okay?
Absolutely.
Because this is the most important time to be doing so. And stop thinking about yourself.
Yeah. And
it's hard.
It's really hard.
It is hard to stop thinking about yourself.
Right.
It is.
The way the world revolves now, it's not, that's how it is. It's like What's good for me? What's good for me? What do I got to do to get through the day? You're not thinking about anyone else.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's tough. It's tough, man. It's really weird out there. I just don't even know. And a lot of it, like, we live in a small community. Utica isn't a real big city. You know what I mean? We grew up here. We know what everything looks like every single day.
Yeah.
When it doesn't look like that, then you know something's up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it
like
doesn't look like that.
I mean, I grew up in this neighborhood where we are right now, man. I used, up on top end of James Street.
Yeah.
I know it's changed, that's 30 years ago, but still you drive through this neighborhood, there's kids all over the place.
Yep.
Still. I saw one kid out here in front of your place, and then I drove down 12 blocks to get here. You know what I mean? So things are weird, And I'm thinking, like, there's the kid right there. There's the kid got it figured out. He's outside. He's outside.
Getting some
He's
fresh
on his
air.
electric bike, tearing it up.
Yeah, I thought the same thing driving down the street the other day, and just how quiet the streets were, and it reminded me of 9/11. Like right after 9/11 happened, like everything just shut down.
Hell yeah.
You didn't see anybody out. You didn't see anybody doing anything. Everybody was just homebound.
Yep.
And right now everybody is homebound for the next couple of months. It seems
Yeah.
like. Well, the CDC was saying something about they want everybody to stay in their house for the next 60 days. Bro, I can't stay in the house for more than 60 minutes,
Amen to
let
that.
alone 60 days.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that
going to freak out. You're going to see me on Facebook Live like I was the other day freaking out. Because I
with
get
the Nacho Libre pack.
I freak out. I can't just sit at home ever.
No,
home is
listen.
for me to sleep, and that's it.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Talking about this gets my wife nervous. She goes outside, starts walking up and down the driveway. At least we live out in the country where you can go outside.
Yeah.
I mean, going outside, I don't think is going to hurt anybody, but it's the interaction with other people is what's going to get you. You know what I mean?
There's many different things that occupy your mind, though. If we are
Absolutely.
quarantined in your house, you could do board games and play
Absolutely.
cards and do crafts, do some of those home repairs that you've wanted to do for so many years.
Yep.
Paint a room, paint a house, clean your house. I mean, there's a lot of things that you guys can be doing.
There's a lot of stuff that's going to be done.
Take your mind off of things, people. Keep your mind occupied.
Keep it busy.
That's my PSA of the day today. Keep your mind occupied. Keep yourself busy. Keep yourself active. Take your mind off of the current situation.
Yeah.
Just get out there and do things and do around the house. Mow the lawn if you gotta, or do some gardening. Well, we can't do any gardening just yet, but paint a house, paint a room, clean a kid store, toys. Don't step on any Legos.
Yeah. We got lucky right now because all the snow's gone.
Yeah.
We usually have some pretty good snow on the ground right now. The snow's gone. You can do a lot of stuff outside.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
I
All the guys out there, all my buddies out there that are hunters and archers, perfect time to crack the bow back out and start flinging arrows.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's perfect time right now.
Right.
Like this morning, I was out preseason scouting, shed hunting. You know what I mean? Just doing what I do.
Taking your mind off of things.
Taking your mind off things. You know what I mean? You're out in the middle of the woods. Nobody knows what's going on around you. You're by yourself. You're with nature, and guys that spend any time in the outdoors and hunt, they know what I'm talking about. They sit in a tree stand for hours on end, and you're just there with nature, doing your thing.
Mm.
Try to empty your mind. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. You just, it's peace.
The one thing I will tell you in this time of crisis, though, my friends have been coming through. So I made a Facebook post. My friends have been coming through huge with some great creative ideas. So I made a Facebook post when this first thing happened and when I first initially lost my job, all my jobs, really. And I like, who's going to pay my bills type of thing,
Yeah.
I got all these great job offers. I got a job working. Somebody offered me a job working for the city of Syracuse. I got a bunch of pizza delivery jobs, bartending. Somebody wanted me to go work in a nursing home, and it was super cool to see all these people.
The response.
The response.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it made me think a little bit like, people are coming to my aid, but I'm not the one that really needs the aid. It's the people that have to feed mouths, and few people have kids and stuff
I
like
understand that.
But the creative ideas that have been coming through for, hey, you should try this on the D, and you should try that on the D, and try this, and there's been so many great things.
Yep.
So it's kind of weird on how a crisis can create so much positivity out of it and come up with so many great ideas.
Yep.
And I want everybody, and I encourage everybody out there today to stay creative, stay thinking, keep inspiring. Don't let this bother you. It's hard not to let it bother you, but don't let it consume you. You
Yeah,
know,
oh, yeah.
don't let it, and maybe stay off of social media as we're live on Facebook now. Maybe stay off of social media or stay away from the news. Turn it off, man. Turn on some music instead, people.
Oh, yeah.
Rock out to some music.
Oh, yeah.
Music is your best friend. Let music take control
Yep.
of what's going on in this current situation.
Absolutely.
But the creativity that's been flowing out of people has been amazing.
Yep. Well, what I said earlier, the Foo Fighter song. It's time like these you learn to love again, man.
It's true, man.
It's time and time again.
You just gave me the chills, bro.
It is.
You did.
That's
You
it,
just
man.
gave me the chills.
I'm telling you, man. I had an epiphany on the way here. That song just popped in my head, and I'm just like, wow,
Yeah.
wow. It's part of the soundtrack of my life. My brother's listening. That's his group, man. And that's the only reason why I listen to him is because of my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your brother's favorite group.
My brother's been a Foo Fighters fan from day one, man. Loves Dave Grohl. That's his jam.
Dave Grohl has never written a bad song in his life.
Never?
Number one, has never written a bad song.
Never.
Number two, he made this really cool Facebook post I saw today of a guy. Here's a guy. He never canceled a show ever in his life. Even when he broke his leg and was sitting on a Game of Thrones
Yeah.
type of. I don't know if you saw that a couple
Yeah, I
years
know
ago.
exactly what you're talking
He
about.
broke his leg a couple years ago, and he still didn't cancel any of the shows. So then this is
Yep.
forcing them to cancel all their
Yep.
shows. And he had this really cool Facebook post. I'm like, we'll get through this, people. We will get through this.
Absolutely.
And if Dave Grohl is saying it, man, Dave Grohl's king in my eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree totally.
The other thing I'd like to see happen is when this all comes back, I would really love to see people out there and support it more so now than ever, just because of the simple fact is they've been without entertainment for so long that they're going to be itching to get out of the house, to go see their favorite band, to go see their favorite movie, to go
Absolutely.
visit their favorite art exhibit or whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
However you entertain yourself, when this comes back, I want you people out there supporting more so than you ever done
You have
before
to.
in your lives.
You have to. Local businesses are going to need it.
They're
They're
going
going to
to.
need that rebound, man. They're going to need that rebound bad. You know what I mean? They're going to. You know, like you said earlier, you know, like, okay, the athletes that aren't making millions of dollars playing right now. Okay, they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars collectively. Okay, they can sit home. But the guy hawking beer and popcorn in the stands,
The
janitors
maintenance
cleaning the
guy.
stadium, you know what I mean? The light guy. That you don't see the domino effect on that stuff. You got to think way out, you know, on what's going on.
I'm glad you brought that up because I saw that Kevin Love has donated like $100,000 to the Cleveland Cavs staff or wherever he's playing right now.
Yep.
So did Zion Williamson. A lot of these
Yep.
basketball players are actually stepping up and they're donating their money to, like you said, the maintenance people, the
Yeah.
service, the vendors,
Yep.
all those people the behind the scenes people.
Those are the people that turn the lights on.
Right.
Those are the people that keep the lights on, keep the stadiums clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're the ones that you know, yeah, the athletes bring people in the door, but those people unlock the doors.
Right.
You know?
You need them. You need them.
You got to have them. There's not just one guy. There's it's a collective group of everybody. It's got to work together to get stuff done. That's
The ball boys, the assistant managers,
Everybody.
the maintenance, janitors, everybody.
nobody
Everybody's lost their
understands
job.
that. Nobody sees that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Not to get down the conspiracy rabbit hole, but I'm going to real quick here.
I'm ready.
Just because, it's just so nasty and everything. But this coronavirus has been around for a long time. It's not just recent, and you gotta be ignorant to think that it just showed up in the United States because it didn't. It's just when the media decided to fuel it.
I believe you're right. I think there was another strand of it earlier. Because remember that we were talking about it earlier. There's that video passing around. It says on the back of the Lysol bottles, the human coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different strand than what we're seeing right now. 'Cause
Right.
that other stuff's been around for a while, like you say. But, you know, in any disease or bacteria, it evolves. You know what I mean? Stuff evolves. That's how everybody gets sick from a different kind of flu every year. Everybody gets a flu shot,
Yep.
but yet you still get sick from the flu. It's because it's evolving. You know what I mean? It's what happens. But
You take a flu shot?
I have to for where I work.
You have to.
I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to take all this stuff that I don't want in me for where I work. But
I gotcha.
part of the job, I guess.
I gotcha. Personally, I think I had the coronavirus. So after New Year's, after Mo played Stanley Theater, we had to clean up the theater and stuff like that. I think I got something from there. And like the whole staff, not the whole staff, but a lot of the staff, we all got sick with the same thing.
Yep.
Did it knock me out? No, because I still kept working, still kept
Right.
grinding. But it was just like a respiratory thing.
Yep.
And then you start hearing the symptoms of what it was. I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, I think I had that.
Yep.
But this happened back in January.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I think it's been around for a while, and just people have
Gotta get-
started to fuel it.
Yeah. No, it's media driven. There's
Media
no doubt
driven.
about that. There's no doubt it's media driven.
Oh, 100%.
And I mean, if
And that's why we all need to shut off our TVs and jump off social media and just go out and do the things that you did before social media was such a popular
unplug for a
thing.
little while,
Unplug.
for a little while, unplug.
Play Monopoly.
Yeah.
To
Do something.
Yeah, play Sorry or play
My wife
Uno.
said that last night. I'm busting out the board games. It's time.
Yeah. Seriously.
You know, it is.
And it's a great time to communicate with your kids, too.
Absolutely.
Great
Absolutely.
time. Those parents that aren't paying attention to their kids because they're working too much, or those kids that are on their iPhones a little too much. Now's the time to take those iPhones away and actually communicate and get on a level with your kids.
Yeah. I told my son this morning. I said, you're in a very unique situation. He's in 11th grade. You're on the downhill side of the semester of the school year. They laid all your work out for you. I said, if you kick it in the ass for a week and get 2 weeks of work done, there's no distractions. You know, you're not getting distracted by anything in school. You know, you get this beat, then you can do whatever you want at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could do, you know, and he's 17. He's full of piss and vinegar. He wants to do everything in the world.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But I'm like, you know, you got to think of things like that. You know, you got to, you know, I'm trying to distract them from what's going on and be like, Frank, if all my teachers gave me just, well, because winter or because spring break, you have 3 weeks of school off. They gave you enough schoolwork to keep you busy for 2 weeks. You can get it all done in a couple days. Then you can do whatever you want. You got to think of the big picture, I told him. You know what I mean? This is an easy grade for you. Just get the work done, complete it, learn what you got to learn. Because you know when you go back to school, they're going to test you on it, I'm sure. But
Is there a plan with the schools? Do they plan on like shutting down for a month and then picking it back up and
I don't
then
know.
going into like July, extending
I'm
it
not
the school
sure.
year?
I really don't know right now.
Yeah.
My wife works in the schools, and she was telling me that they have like a 2-week plan.
Okay.
All the kids came home with 2 weeks worth of work to keep them going. And then the spring break, and when they come back is when I guess they're going to let everybody back in.
They gonna do like online classes or virtual?
If they
classes?
needed it, I think you can.
Yeah.
They got Whitesboro's got all kinds of stuff on the internet for the kids where they can go and portals for schoolwork and everything else. You know what I mean? But you know, again, there's some kids aren't lucky enough to have that social media outlet. They don't have that laptop or that iPad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
So you know what I mean? It's affecting everybody different ways. A lot. You know, like I said, a lot of it's media driven. I think personally.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, you know, like you said before, I don't ever want to see anybody pass away. But they had that first confirmed case in Albany, I think.
Herkimer County too.
Yeah, the person was like in their late or mid 80s. They already had emphysema. That's the gap. That's the age group. You know what I mean? That's the sickness where this sickness is going to affect somebody.
Yep.
You know what I mean? A normal 20 to 60-year-old person that's in good health, I don't think has anything to worry about. No different than getting a flu. So obviously the flu kills more people. You know? It's weird. It's weird, man. It's weird.
It is.
Weird. One day it's great, and the next day the whole world's shutting down.
Everything's
like-
on pause.
It's weird.
Everything just hit pause.
Yeah.
The big man upstairs just hit pause right now.
That's
and we're
it.
all just, it's like playing freeze tag. Remember when you played freeze tag
Yeah.
when you were a kid? And you
Yeah.
just like had to stand there in a pose until somebody tagged you.
It's
And then
weird,
you're good
man.
and you can go. I feel like we're playing like human freeze tag right now.
Yeah, it's different, man. It's an uneasy feeling.
So this is more of the time to get together with your loved ones and reach out to your loved ones. And you know what? If you haven't talked to somebody in a while, make that phone call and talk to them. Make sure you go out and tell your friends and family that you love them. It's super, super important. Man.
It's check on
Check on
check
your
in
neighbors.
on people.
Yep.
Check in on people. You know, it's not that bad. Like I say, it's media driven. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
But there's people that are home alone that them getting out and going to the store was their outlet, especially some of the older people. You know
Right.
what I mean? That this is, check on them, give them a call, make sure they're all right, stop by. I know you're not supposed to talk to people or be within 6 foot of them.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
It's ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, think about other people.
This has definitely changed the world. And what concerns me is like what happens after this thing gets contained.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
Because what's next could be another strain that can really, really cause some damage to people. Because there's some evil motherfuckers out there, like you said earlier. Do people looking to scam on people? And I'm sure there's 1,000,001 scams going on right now through credit card companies or whatever. Or you know how it goes. People are just looking to jump on these vulnerable people right now. And it's just sad that people are out there being shady like they are. But you do have to watch your surroundings, like you told your son.
Absolutely.
Pay attention to your surroundings.
You gotta be aware. You gotta be aware. Back on the conspiracy theory thing, because I've been just dabbling in this in my head.
Yeah, for sure.
They got this coronavirus out here in front of everybody to see. What's over here that they don't want you to see.
Right.
What's coming in the back door?
What are they distracting you from?
That's what's coming in the backside nobody knows about.
Right.
That's what I look for. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody knows about the coronavirus. I'm looking at what no one else is looking for, because I think a lot of stuff gets thrown in shady like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially in politics. They're
100%.
They're all the same.
They are all the
They're
same.
all the same. They're all out of the same. All part of the same hypocrisy, Senator.
Thank you. Thank you. They are. No matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican, it's all the same. It's like watching the WWE. All right, they're fighting out in front of the cameras, but backstage they're planning the fight out.
Yeah,
which you're about to see. They're all high fives.
Yep.
And these people root for these political candidates like they're their favorite sports team, and that's what drives me crazy too.
Yeah, it does.
And it's like, this isn't sports. This isn't Yankees, Red Sox. This isn't the Giants and Cowboys. This is human lives that we're talking about, people.
This is life.
You know. Let's take money out of politics and let's see what happens. If we can ever cut money out of the politics, oh my God, the world would be such a better place.
You'd see really,
because this country's driven nothing by money. That's all it's driven by.
That's all it is.
It's all it is.
The almighty
money.
dollar is everything. That's what they've built the country on.
And it's a shame.
It's tough.
It's a shame.
Tough living.
And it didn't just start. It's been going on forever.
Oh yeah.
This country has always been driven by money.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
And that's why you got these stupid reality TV stars out there. Like these people have no talent. They're not. It's just because they have money and fame. Why do you have fame? You're not doing anything out there. I don't
entertain some of that stuff because it's a waste of time and energy and electric.
Exactly. we'll try to entertain people the way we can.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I encourage everybody to dip into the D and dip into off the beaten path too, with great content that we have here on the D and what Frank's out there putting out there today. And there's so many great media outlets that aren't talking about current events. They're out there doing comedy, or they're talking about personal issues or whatever. Yep. As a matter of fact, tonight coming up on Unstoppable You at 9 o'clock, Heather Beebe's going to be in with Meg McGrogan from the Chamber of Commerce, who also hosts a show here with Leveling Up. Now, Meg's actually secluded in her house, so we're going to do a Skype thing. So Heather will be here in studio, or Meg will be in there, and they're going to Skype each other in. Yeah, but they're going to talk about current situation and other things. And Meg's on lockdown because she has a son who doesn't have a great immune system. So she's on quarantine right now.
Yep.
And that's what concerns me, too, is these kids.
Absolutely.
That don't have a great immune system or they're not healthy. Their immune systems aren't built like ours.
Yeah. Well, it's coincidental that this is how we have everybody's like quarantined. Mm-hmm. Well, 2007, my daughter got really sick. Spent a year in and out of a hospital in a cancer unit, chemo, the whole 9 yards. We had quarantined our house for, I think, almost a year. Me, my wife, my son, nobody can get a live vaccination. So I know what this quarantine thing's all about. We couldn't even have people over the house. Like, nobody could come over. I mean, we had to, isolate her because of the chemo treatments that just knocks your immune system out. And then they slowly, it slowly rebuilds itself through other treatments. But this is no joke. You get a bunch of this gets into a hospital where there's sickly kids. Mm-hmm. It ain't going to be a good outcome. I tell you that.
Definitely not.
I'll tell you that right now, because it's affecting people with compromised immune systems. This is what it's doing.
It does.
You know,
What did you guys do to quarantine?
for our house.
Yeah, just kind of put everything
Well,
on lockdown.
my wife was cleaning around the clock just about every single day, and then, like, I worked construction at the time, and, like, literally, I would come home, undress in our garage, wipe down, go right in the shower, clean off, and then, you know, proceed through the house. But you don't realize when they tell you, you know, in the way school is now. My son Frankie was in school at the time, you know, junior or elementary school. You can't even go to school if you don't have the right vaccinations now. So we had to get teachers and the you know, the principals involved and say it was okay and this and that because we showed them the extreme circumstances. But you know, that's no joke. That's where it's no joke. That's why I say, man, you gotta watch your neighbors. You gotta take care of each other.
Yep.
Because the domino effect can happen fast.
And it is.
It is happening fast.
It's happening fast.
It's happening fast.
Whether people got it or not.
I mean,
it's happening.
when this first broke out, I mean, I'm a little bit more harsh, I guess, than most people. But when this first broke out, they should have banned all travel immediately. They had it contained over in another country. They let them planes fly, man, and they just imported it. Unfortunately, people have to get home. I get it, but it could have been contained a lot better, I think, personally.
Yeah.
But
And unprepared administration is what happened.
I agree. Everybody was running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
It's
man.
a shame, man.
Scrambled eggs all over the place.
It is. And, you know, I can't believe that you were supposed to come in here. We are going to talk about
Yeah.
the outdoor expo,
Yeah.
and like it was going to be fun, and
Yeah.
you know, and
No,
like
I
you had
know.
all these great things planned.
Oh,
and
it was-
now here we are talking about a world crisis.
It's nuts.
Like that
Flip the switch, man.
parallel universe. It's
You're
true.
not wrong, dude. No,
It's
you're
true.
not
I'm
wrong.
serious.
You're not wrong.
It's a shame. You think there's an alien looking above us right now, going?
I don't even know, dude. I can't
laughing their ass off at
comprehend
us.
that.
Because I firmly believe like there is like the whole new world order type of thing going on. There's a puppet master. Like everybody thinks that Trump runs this country, but it's really not. There's somebody else that kind of like a whole new world order. And there's this thing that they're trying to make it like a one world democracy type of thing, or one world rule, and there's only going to be one currency and all that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary because you think about it, like this is a stepping stone to that situation, unfortunately.
You know, I hope everybody that is listening or out there that always wants the government to come in and take care of them is learning a very valuable lesson.
Exactly. I agree with you there.
Because if you can't take care of yourself, you always got to look out for number one.
Exactly.
But you got to be able to take care of yourself, your family, your friends, people around you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you run out of food, if you run out of something, don't hold your hand on your ass waiting for Uncle Sam.
Right. Well, here's the thing, too, though. The other side of that is I see people who are physically not able to do it, and they do.
Oh, yeah. No,
they,
no.
Right. But the freeloaders of the world,
absolutely.
100% agree with you.
Yep.
100% agree with you. Yeah, good luck. Because you're going to be left behind.
Yep.
And you're going to suffer.
Only strong survive, unfortunately. But
it's true.
There's people out there that actually need help.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, like real help that are challenged or disabled, or you know what I mean, even veterans. This is it's a weird time, man. These are things that growing up that you never even fathomed were going to happen or even thought about. Who ever thinks about this stuff? You know what I mean? Who really thinks about this? Who, you know, I mean, I'm not a doomsday prepper, but again, I like to take care of, you know, when you become a father, things change in your head a little bit. You're not thinking about yourself anymore. You know what I'm saying? And at any given time, I know what I have at my house available food-wise, that if all hell breaks loose, I'm covered for a while.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I have the means to go outdoors and harvest animals if we need to eat. There's a large majority of this world that cannot do that. You know what I mean? And those are the people usually throwing stones and sticks at people like me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So karma comes around and bites people in the ass.
Oh, absolutely.
As far as I'm concerned.
Karma's definitely a real thing. But this situation, though, and help those that are in need. Though.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing we're trying to get across from the beginning is
Oh, yeah.
like, you got to take care of each other. And this is more important time to come together as a society, more so now than ever.
Absolutely.
And you need to take care of each other. I mean, we're all in the same boat together. We all lost our jobs.
Everybody's hurting, man. This is not a good time for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And it's important to talk like this.
I believe so.
really is because mental health was such an issue before this thing even started.
Right.
Now it's really going to fuel
The
the
after
mental health
effect of
issue.
this is where people are going to need help.
Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of. Unfortunately, you'll see a bunch of suicides, and I don't want to say that to be an evil motherfucker, but it's true.
No, my buddy said that to me the other day.
Or you're going to see a bunch of babies in 9 months from now because everybody's quarantined in the house.
Yeah, or a lot of divorces.
Or a lot of
If you're
divorces.
stuck in a house with somebody that long.
Yeah, right. But no, this is a time that we need to open up and really communicate and express what's on your mind and get things off your chest. We are all in the same boat, and it's important to talk about things.
Oh, absolutely.
And with this whole mental health thing that's such an issue in this country, this is more important now than ever to talk about things and to open up about it.
You know, it's easy to talk about this because it's affecting everybody the same way. Unless you're sitting on, the ivory tower somewhere in a castle and you don't need to worry about anything. 99.9% of everybody is going through this is affecting everybody somehow, in some way. You know what I mean? Whether, all the schools are closed. Now a lot of kids are playing sports now. Little kids, you know what I mean? Think about this, and I feel bad. We've been out of high school for a long time. But think about all the kids that are seniors in high school right now that played sports to get where they are and then have the carpet ripped out from underneath them right now. This sucks.
Yeah.
This sucks. Look at Utica College, man. The best year of their hockey ever in the history of the damn school.
Coasting right into the Frozen Four.
Done.
So hard.
Carpet got pulled off from underneath them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This affects everybody in different ways. I know people that can't, their kids were signed up to start playing baseball, t-ball, minor league. You know what I mean? I know kids are in archery leagues. You know what I mean? It's affecting everybody. It's not just, one group. It's affecting everybody in a different way. So it's easy. I think it's easier to talk about it that way because then everybody can relate.
Mm-hmm. For those athletes that did get the rug pulled out from underneath them, it's important right now to stay focused.
Absolutely.
Not even just stay focused on the thing, but maybe work out a little extra harder or, practice a little bit more in your backyard or something to that effect.
Yeah, staying focused is a big deal right
It could really hone in your skills a little bit this downtime.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm trying to look at the silver lining here, cuz.
Oh, listen.
What
is the silver lining? You know what I mean? What's the end game here?
Yeah.
What is it? It's maybe it's it brings everybody together at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We Are the World video comes back up on TV. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that was made for a reason. I firmly believe that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's what it is at the end of the day. Everybody stops poking at each other and everybody's back on the same page with one another.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Us as humans did this to ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
No,
We
we're
did
our own
this
worst
to
enemy.
ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. Hopefully we can learn from all that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We need to come together and stop thinking Republican and Democrat.
Yeah.
Republicans and Democrats are just like Bloods and Crips to me. That's all it is.
No,
man.
you're not wrong.
You're not
That's
wrong. All it is. They're just an evil political gangs, both sides.
You are not wrong.
They're no different than Bloods and Crips.
Yep.
No different whatsoever.
No, that's it. That's it.
I get fueled. I get really, really fired up about the whole political conversation.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm
man.
trying not to.
You.
Trying to spin the negative to a positive, though.
Right.
And then how do you do that? How do you stay positive throughout this times of crisis?
Right.
How do you do it?
Right.
Keep your mind active. Take a walk. Do things around the house.
Right.
Stay active. Play with your kids.
Self-preservation lies within.
Exactly. This is a great time to reflect on yourself.
Absolutely.
Too. Oh,
absolutely.
And this is a good time to think about all those hobbies that you were never able to do because you were so busy and so wrapped up in raising kids or going to work every day. Now is the time to think about, what am I really into?
Yeah.
Do I like to yarn and knit and stuff like that? Do I like doing that?
No, I know.
Or what, archery or what am I into?
Right.
Now's the time to really dive into some of your hobbies.
On that, this might be a time to pick up something you never did.
Yeah.
Think to yourself, my life has been way too busy. maybe it's time to make time.
Exactly.
You know,
Mhm.
that's deep, but it's time to make time.
You're right. You're right.
It's time to make time.
Step outside your box. Step outside your comfort zone.
That's it.
Do the things that, I mean, granted that a lot of these public facilities aren't open, but there's things you can take a walk in the park, go
You
explore a
don't
park.
need the
Right.
man
Mhm.
to help you get through the day.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
me and a bunch of the guys on the TV show, 2/3 of the people on the TV show, every year we usually take multiple trips up to Canada to our buddy Rob's place at Eastern Canadian Outfitters. It's about 5 hours from my door. We could be at his camp in 5 hours. It is literally, you want to get lost, that's where you are. Private lakes, cabins on the lakes, bear hunting, fishing. You just want to kayak. You just want to walk. You want to bring your four-wheeler up there and ride on all his seasonal roads in the woods. When we go up there, it's funny. We all got cameras because we're filming, but mostly everybody just chucks their cell phones off to the side. You're unplugged and you're up there. Up till last year, you didn't even have Wi-Fi up there. There's a payphone up there in town still.
What's that?
There's a booth.
What's a payphone?
There's a booth up there. It's a payphone booth. I mean, it's crazy. In a telephone booth. That's what I learned a lot. You get caught up in the hype of life, everyday life. When we got in this TV show thing and we started traveling, me and my partner started traveling, and we're making friends in different states and different countries. And we go up there in Canada. There's parts of Canada up there, like it's like 1970 still. I'm dead serious. Like there's phone booths. I mean, I'm not kidding you. You drive down the road, there's a sheet of plywood on the road with a gas tanker and a cup, and it says last gas for the next 100 miles. You pump your own gas, you put money in the cup, and you drive.
Come on.
Swear to God. I mean, sometimes you need to step back and be that person. You need to be that off the grid guy. You know, sometimes you do. People in New York City, if you got any followers on there, probably laughing at, look at these idiots. But I'm telling you right now, shit hits the fan. I'll have the lights on in my house when everybody else is running for their life. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it's squirrely, man. I'm not saying what we do prepares us, but it makes you self-sufficient.
Yeah. You learn about yourself.
You learn about yourself. You learn about your surroundings. You know, you can make do.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
You know who the ones that aren't sweating right now at all?
Yeah.
The Amish.
Did you see that meme going around? Like, did anybody inform
Did anybody tell the Amish this
what's
is
going
happening? No, nobody bothers them. They don't need anybody. They're laughing at us right now.
Probably.
They are.
Probably.
They are. But that's what it is. I mean, you know.
You mentioned the New York City people. A lot of people that I know from New York City are starting to move their way back up here.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
They're starting to come back upstate now because they don't want to deal with the hustle and bustle of the city.
Yep.
And I mean, New York City is one big vessel of germs to begin with.
It's ridiculous.
It is because everybody's just
I'm
on
gonna be
top of
honest
each
with
other
you.
breathing.
It's awesome down there. We went down this summer. We wanted to go see the memorial, the 9/11 memorial. We went down there. And I'm standing there, and my wife and my daughter, they're walking around, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, where the hell did everybody run when these buildings came down? And that's what I said. You are bottlenecked. I mean, if you've never been to New York City, I guess it's something you got to go see in your life. I would say to go see the memorial. It gives you a perspective on life real fast.
Absolutely.
But that's not for me down there, dude. I need my arm room. I need my wingspan, man.
You can be able to breathe fresh air.
Yeah, that town is not good. I mean, it's different. I mean, if that's your kind of living, God bless you. But boy, oh boy, something bad happens, man. You just better hold on because it's going to happen to you down there. That's tough down there, man. I'm not knocking New York City. It's just that's the kind of living you want. You know what I'm saying? But holy smoke, that's what I said. I'm like, now I know how big those buildings were. And now it's just a big hole in the ground. And I'm looking around down there, and I'm just like, this must have been absolute pandemonium. Complete chaos.
And you've seen, thank God technology was so prevalent back then because you could see all the footage of people running and everybody. Yeah. We didn't have our iPhones back then, but people did have video cameras and were taping a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of the stuff documented from 9/11. And just seeing it, man, the terror that they went through. I couldn't live down there either, bro. There's no way.
No.
I could visit like you did.
Yeah.
Go down, visit, go watch a Yankee game or whatever, go hang out in Manhattan.
I'd rather get in a boat and drive up and down the Hudson than you know what I mean, actually be walking the streets down there. That was that's different, man. That's different than what I need.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We grew up around here. Somebody walked up to you, grabbed you out of your shirt. You were going to fight them. Down there, they just grab onto your shirt. Hey, you want to buy something? I don't need that, man. I don't need that in my life. I don't need that. I don't need it. But it's overwhelming down there. It's really overwhelming.
It is.
Especially that memorial down there. That's really overwhelming.
Yeah. And
I took some sick panoramic photos down there of the memorial, and I'm just like, I look at my phone all the time. It was going through my pictures, and I'm just like, where did everybody run? Where did everybody freaking run, man? There ain't nowhere to go. There's roads, but 10,000 people scattered from the same spot, man. That ain't good.
Millions.
There's millions. Yeah, I'm just saying. There's
thousands.
nowhere. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It is.
And you know, we're not at that stage at all.
No.
We're a media-driven mess right now is what we are.
Yep.
We're not, you know what I mean? It's not like we've been hit or bombed or, you know what I mean, anything like that. This is just, you know, but like I said before, you got to look in between the lines now because something else might be happening that nobody knows about.
Right. What do they pull? They're pulling the wool over our eyes
Yeah,
to get
I
one of
agree.
their agendas accomplished.
I agree.
That's what happens.
I agree.
You know, they distract you from everything in your life with all these stupid. And then that's the whole thing, too, about everybody being so sensitive about these little things, these little trivial things that are going on social media that people are so, you know, gun control and all these other little different issues that are going on. It just seems so petty now.
No, I
Right?
agree. No,
it just
I agree
seems so
totally.
petty now with everybody arguing over politics and arguing over this and that. All your arguments sound petty, so petty
yeah.
right now compared to what we're going through right now.
Yep.
Stick it. You know, just stick it.
Yep. No, it's different. It's
Yeah.
different. Like I say, nobody's ready for stuff like this.
No.
I mean, mentally, I don't know if you're ready mentally. Physically, you're probably ready, but you know, I think your better chances you getting hit by lightning than getting sick right now.
Seriously.
I mean,
Seriously.
honestly.
Like cancer kills more people than coronavirus.
Yeah. Drunk driving does.
Drunk drive walking across the street kills more
You're
people.
more apt to get beat by a bat,
Right.
die, than get caught by this virus.
Exactly.
I just don't understand why it's got so out of hand. I mean, I know we spent an hour on it, but
It's fuel.
we're also talking about self-preservation. We're trying to, you know, keep your mind busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't believe the hype.
Yeah.
And
Mental health.
mental health.
Take
is
care of your
man.
mental health. That's super important too right now.
Yep.
I know we're talking about taking care of others, but you also have to take care of your mental health.
Absolutely.
Because you're liable to snap in times like these. I know I could snap at the drop of a hat, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to keep the silver lining of things and spinning the negative into a positive.
You have to. You have to, or you get caught up in it and it eats you.
Yeah.
Does it eat you alive?
It does.
It does. You got it. And like I say, you know, we were lucky growing up. We had a pretty tight family. Our grandparents were always great to us and everything.
Absolutely.
And that's where I think people our age that had that connection with the older generation, they know how to treat people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They know how to treat people.
There was that sense of respect amongst each other.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
The older
there's
generation.
There's that. That's missing now from a lot.
You're right.
I honestly believe so. Or my grandmother on Conklin, she used to cook so much. If there was leftover food, my grandfather would go out on the road and grab somebody. You guys want something to eat? You guys want something to eat? You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
Nobody does that now. Don't come to my house.
Yeah, right. I don't want you here.
Come to my house. You know what I mean? It's you know, but it's that compassion, man, that the older generations had. They cared. They actually gave a crap about their neighbors. They gave a crap about other people. You know? We're lucky, man. We got a good group of people involved with our TV show, and we're always trying to, you know, get people involved. We do a lot with children. Try to get kids involved in the outdoors. You know what I mean? We last weekend we were on a big, huge event down in Caton, New York. I don't know if you're Caton, New York. It's down near Elmira. It's on the other side of Elmira.
South.
Yeah, south of the Finger Lakes.
Okay.
Our buddies down there have 200 or 300 acres, and they raise pheasants and partridge, you know, and chuckers, and they release them, and they have dogs trained, and they go out and we hunt upland birds, right? Because there's really none around anymore. You know what I mean? Around our, you know, to see wild pheasants anymore around here is almost impossible.
Really?
Yeah, predators got them over the years and overhunting and whatever, but they had a huge thing down there. There's an organization all over the state of New York, but just in that part of the state of New York, it's called Pheasants Forever. We brought 30 kids out into the field. we had all these tables set up for them. They came and we did gun safety with them. I got Bass Pro Shop to supply them with all blaze orange hats and vests for hunter safety, hunter education. They went to different tables, learned about what our TV show. We talked to them about one of our sponsors, Otis Technologies, a gun cleaning company. They're from upstate New York here.
Oh, cool.
Turkey Call Company from New York was there. Keystone Calls. They did a stations. Then they went over and shot trap. I don't know if you know what shooting trap is. You put the clay pigeons on the thrower.
Oh, yeah.
And they throw them in the air, and the kids would shoot at them. They have probably a large majority of them missed, but some of these kids never fired a gun before. Well, we taught them the right way how to do it. They shot trap. They had a blast. And then we got them on dogs and put real game in front of them. Some of these kids were knocking these birds out of the air. These kids had so much fun. They're probably still talking about it. That was 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's our angle of being involved in the outdoors. It's education. My partner's New York State bow hunter education instructor, and another guy on our show is a firearms instructor for New York State hunter education. So we have it all covered all the way around. So that's, we're not just a one-trick pony with the TV show, with the media group. We do take people out. We get involved we try to get involved with everything. By the way, what was that award you won? You won some big major award.
How does that come out?
the award. That thing was sitting in my head.
That's how I know we're related, is we both got the ADHD.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well, what was that award for? That's a community involvement award, right?
Yeah, we won the Chamber of Commerce Business of the
That's
Year
right.
award. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Good for you.
2019. Where did that come from?
Dude, I'm shocked. There's something wrong with me.
That's how we know we're related right there.
But yeah, no, that's good. I wanted to say something new about that earlier, but I forgot.
Thanks, cuz.
But dude, that's awesome. Good for you though.
Thank you.
Listen, you get recognized, man.
Yeah.
Being recognized means something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think it's cool that what you do with the kids too, to make them disconnect from their phones, put them out into the wilderness and do the thing. That's
absolutely
another reason why I love getting involved with the Barden Mudfest. Are you familiar with the Barden Mudfest?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I book all the bands and do all the production
That's
for
awesome.
Barden Mudfest. And what I love, what they do with it, what the Williams family does with it. In fact, Dan's going to be coming on in a couple of weeks. They do this with all the money raised. They pool this money for these kids, and they take them out of the inner city and they put them in the Adirondacks for like 10 days, 2 weeks, with no phones, no nothing, and they have to like survive in the woods. I mean, granted, there's a leader, there's like a scout leader or something,
yeah.
but they mix and match all these kids from all over the place, and you tent and you fish and you hike, and they do all this for like 10 days to 2 weeks.
I think my niece and my nephew did that over the last few years.
Really?
Out of Sequoia. My sister's kids, yeah.
They
I'm
probably
pretty
did.
sure they did.
They probably
yeah,
did.
It's like a week trek, over a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they go into the woods, and that's what I love about what Dan and Melissa do from the Barden Mudfest is they help these kids get out there and explore a little bit. And you know what? These kids at first they're not really into it, but when they come back, it's life changing.
Opens their eyes, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Opens their eyes. Gives them an angle on, gives them another point of view and another perspective on stuff that's it.
Yeah.
I know for a fact some of the kids that were there are probably still talking about it.
Yeah, for sure.
I guarantee you that ordeal we did down there for the Pheasants Forever. And
is that something you guys do often?
This is the first year they decided to do it.
Okay.
And they wanted to get us involved because we're busy. We do partnership in hunting with the preserve. The guys who own the preserve, the Upland and Antler Kennels. They're part of the Pheasants Forever chapter. So they decided to host it at their place. And then they said, well, guys, this would be great for you. We'll make a whole TV show out of it. We'll make a whole episode for season 6 out of this youth hunt. You know what I mean? And like I say, it wasn't just, hey, let's bring the kids out in the field. They had stations they had to go to and learn. They had a little card they had to have marked for every station they went to. And I think next year it'll double in size. I think that was a big hit, man.
It's awesome, man.
I think it was a big hit.
Cool. So it's something you're going to continue to do.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right on. So what are you guys coming up into a new season?
No, right now we're still airing. We started the first of the year, so we do 13 weeks.
Okay.
And then we re-air 13 weeks.
Okay.
And then it takes us another 6 months to get everything edited, and then we start at the first of the year again. Mm-hmm. But we're on right now Sunday mornings in Utica area on regular cable, Channel 7 at 7 o'clock on Sunday mornings. Out in Syracuse, we're on Fox 68 at 8:30 on Sundays.
Oh wow.
We're on a lot of Fox syndicates. We're on the preview channel now. You can see that it says Off the Beaten Path. So it's all good, man.
You're part of the TV guide now.
Yeah, the TV guy.
Your grandmother
puts
would
us
be
up there
proud.
whenever. Yeah. She'd only be proud if I was next to the hockey, next to the Rangers.
Right.
If I was next to the Rangers or Yankees, my grandmother would be proud. That's it.
Oh man, we had some fun, man. Me and your grandmother used to. Well, I thought she was an Islander fan. Was she an Islander fan and I was the Ranger fan? We used to argue about that.
Okay.
I think that's
My
what
bad.
it was.
She would have yelled at me.
Yeah, see?
It was just hockey. That's all I know was hockey. Hockey and the Yankees. That's it.
Man, I miss my grandparents. I've been thinking about my grandparents a lot this week with this whole crisis that we're going through. I don't know why. I think I've been having conversations with them, in my head, and I often talk to them, and they're always with us,
Oh, yeah. My mother-in-law just passed away a couple of years ago. She passed away. But my wife said to me the other day, I am so glad my mom isn't here for this. Because this is where, you know what I mean? Because near the end, she had Alzheimer's. She couldn't really understand what was going on, stuff like that. So she's like, I'm glad I didn't have to try to explain this to my mother. Because this is just weird.
It is.
It's weird.
It's the unexplainable.
It's the hype, man. Don't believe the hype.
Public Enemy told you that back in
Don't
'88.
believe the hype.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Chuck D was telling us back then.
Yep.
And it's true. There's it's funny that like all these, you go back and dive into all this music, and they were telling us for years. Operation Mindcrime, I'm a big Queensryche fan back in the day, and they were telling us this back in '87. Like they had a whole concept album about this situation that we're in right now.
Absolutely.
If you people want to dive into a great album, Operation Mindcrime will explain a lot of this. It really does.
You see I seen it floating around on Facebook. Did you see the Simpsons grab?
Yeah, but
about the coronavirus?
But it wasn't, okay, I'm well-versed in The Simpsons, and it wasn't the coronavirus. It was called the kitty cat meow virus or something like that.
Oh.
And somebody just kind of
Somebody
blocked out
pasted
that
out?
and put
Oh,
corona
all right.
in
I
there.
wasn't sure. I saw that. I go, you got to be kidding me.
Well, that was back in '93 that they shot that episode.
Yeah.
And that was when that came out. And, I think the producers of The Simpsons is a time traveler. I think everybody can agree with me on that because they've predicted so many things.
So many things.
So many things.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And so that right there was back in '93, and people were opening up boxes and they were getting sick instantly.
Yeah.
And stuff that was coming in from China, and they were calling it the kitty cat meow disease or whatever they called it, something to related to cats.
Yeah.
But somebody went in and crossed it out and just did like a Photoshop type of thing and put corona, and then it went viral, of course. But I mean, The Simpsons, we're talking about something similar to this situation.
Absolutely.
For sure. It's crazy.
It is. It's weird, man.
It is.
It's weird. It's weird.
Weird times we're living in.
That's for
But
sure.
the biggest thing, we could go out and take care of your neighbor for one, take care of your mental health for two, and just be kind to each other. I know everybody's on edge. Everybody's so anxiety driven right now, but now is the time to like sit back, take a couple deep breaths, people, relax, put things into perspective, just calm down.
It ain't that bad.
Everybody just needs to calm down.
Yep. It ain't that bad. And if I'm telling you it ain't that bad, it ain't that bad.
Right. Dude, if I'm telling you to calm down,
there's a problem.
There's a problem.
Yeah, you have the two of the most high-strung people in the world right now on the microphone telling you to calm down. So maybe you should be nervous. I don't know.
My bipolar could kick in instantly, but I'm trying to tell you to calm down.
A story from some different time.
Yeah, right.
In my brain, and I don't even know it.
Frank, thank you so much for coming in and talking, man. I'm glad you wanted to do this because you were questioning, like, hey,
I was bummed out, man.
Yeah.
I was bummed out we couldn't talk about the Turning Stone show. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
But now
the
it's
good thing is we have all our vendors. Mm-hmm. Even if it doesn't happen this year, it's going to happen, really early into next year, probably in the beginning of March next year. We have a lot of these vendors have committed anyway. So like, we're back in, don't worry, kind of ordeal. So, which is good.
Good.
You know what I mean? But on the side note, in our Big East Camping and Outdoor Show, we have an archery tournament. It's called the Beast of the East archery shoot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we got trophies, prize belt, cash prizes. We got all kinds of stuff. We're postponing that too. That might happen sooner than later. If this storm blows over that's out there right now and the weather breaks, we might have a big shoot this summer. So keep an eye out for that. Guys, follow the Beast of the East archery page because that shoot will happen this summer. It's going to happen. We're just postponed it for the time being. We might not be able to have the Big East Camping and Outdoor Show right away, but we will have that archery shoot. You know, because archery season, everybody thinks it
starts now, right?
No, you can't hunt right now with bow, but there's a lot of shooters, a lot of archery clubs in the area that have courses. It's summer shooters. They have summer leagues every Sunday morning. You can go shoot. So there's a lot of, you know, it's not just hunting. Archery's a sport. Archery's a legitimate sport. You know, it's in the Olympics. It's a sport. So that shoot will happen. That's going to happen this summer. At some point, it's going to happen. But stay tuned for that.
Okay. How could people get in touch with you if they want
You
check
can
it out?
Find out anything with that. You can go to the Off the Beaten Path Media page on Facebook.
Okay.
Message the page. We're right on it. Me or my partner are on it immediately. You can even message the Beast of the East page, or you know the Big East Camping and Outdoor Show page. If any one of those pages you message, you'll get response immediate. But that's what we got going on, man. It's too bad we couldn't talk more about that. But
yeah, but we will, because when it comes back on,
I'll be in.
Please come back.
Oh no, I will be in. This is good. This is all fun, man. This is good times.
For sure, man. Well, that was the thing I was trying to get across to you. Was like, you have this canceled event, but let's use this opportunity to voice our concerns.
No, I agree.
And we did that today.
Good idea.
For sure.
No, absolutely. I'm glad you made. You're like, dude, come in. We can talk about anything.
There's so much to talk about. We could talk.
It's a platform, like you said. It's a media platform. We can talk, discuss.
Voice your concerns. Plug your page and just talk about what's pissing you off right now.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to be doing a lot more. We're going to do more podcasts here off the D and stuff. Since I have all this free time, I might
You're on
take
lockdown.
advantage.
You might as well get it out there.
Might as well take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
But
and I mean, honestly, if anybody's watching this, local businesses, I mean, this is the time to get on board with you. It's like buying stock when it's low, man. Right now is it. I'm telling you. I mean, honestly. I mean, I'm not just saying it. I mean, if people are watching this and we can't go out and we can't eat at restaurants and stuff like that, maybe this is a time where people should reach out to you and be like, Z, let's do some promotions and get it out there so we can get people to,
absolutely,
or delivery or this or that. There's a marketing opportunity for everything. I guess. You know what I mean? It could work for you.
Absolutely.
Even though you're without a job right now.
But I got all the time in the world.
You got this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is a lot more than some people have. That's the way you got to look at it.
Exactly.
And
I encourage people to use my platform to promote their business or promote whatever they got going on, even if they want to come on and bitch about the current state that we're in.
Right.
Hit me up, please.
Right.
I'd love to bitch with you.
Content, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Content.
Exactly.
Content.
Frank, much love, man. Thank you so much for everything,
me,
man. Thanks for coming in. I'm glad you decided to come in and we chopped it up a little bit. Plus, like I told you, man, we got some hang time. So that was important to me as well. So thank you so much for coming in. And thank you to everybody that was watching, everybody out there in Facebook land. If you could click the share button to help spread the word of Off the Beaten Path Media and the D, please do click that share button. You can like, comment, subscribe, all things Disruption Network social media. And also you can check us out on all the podcast platforms. We have Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, so we're out there in podcast form as well as video form too. So the video form's out there forever. That's what I tell everybody all the time. I'm like, these podcasts will outlive us. They'll be out there forever. So if you're a business out there looking to promote your stuff, and on the podcast side of things, your commercial, your ad's going to live forever.
Yeah.
As long as there's an internet, it's going to live forever.
Cloud.
So yeah, it'll be up in the cloud, man.
Cloud has it.
Hilarious. Frank, thanks again, man. And tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. Do you believe tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day? I feel so bad for all these bar owners. They're probably stocked up for months because this is their big time of year because they're hurting in January and February. I was a bar owner for 10 years.
Yep.
I was hurting for January and February. I looked forward to St. Patrick's Day to get me out of the hole that was January and February.
This is going to affect everybody.
Oh, it sucks, man. So I'm out there. My heart goes out to all you business owners out there right now. And like I said, if you want to come on my podcast and bitch about the current state of affairs that we're on, please hit me up, inbox me or whatever. I'm more than welcome to have anybody come in and try not to make it a political thing. I try not to go down the political rabbit hole.
I didn't want to go that way.
Yeah, and we really didn't.
No, we didn't.
We mentioned it a little bit, but I try not to go down that political rabbit hole because you start to alienate people. But nowadays, what's going on nowadays is like we should stop thinking everything's politics and start thinking about human lives here.
Absolutely.
Human lives are more important than politics. That's for damn sure. So thanks, Frank. Thank you so much. And we'll see you tomorrow. Later.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move.
All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broken everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.